Well, welcome everybody. This is Julie Mansell from GEM Ministries International, and I want to spend some short sessions over the next few weeks on looking at these cards. I mentioned them a few years ago, and I want to just resurrect these cards and talk to you about them. They're very good in just putting small biblical understandings together of concepts and words and things that some of us don't actually realize in the scripture. So these videos are going to be very short. If you want to look up these cards yourselves, they are very nice cards. You just about hand size, and you can purchase them either online and posted to you or downloaded, and it's www.covenant.cards, and it's a friend of mine, Colin McIntyre, that put the cards together. So I will put those details in the comments with this video, and you can look those up and investigate in a set for yourself. But I'm going to go through these cards that he produced a few years ago. This was the first set of cards that is produced, and I believe he has updated and improved them since then, but they are still very good. So the first section is talking about covenants. So we're going to have a look at covenants, and these videos are going to be quite short. So the first one is about the Bible and its interpretation. So we all have our own Bible, hopefully, and we have various translations and things that we like about our translation, things that we don't like about some other translations. But we need to look at the Bible in a slightly different way. It's a bestseller. The Bible has been a bestseller for many, many years, and it's very influential. It's a very literally work, and surprisingly, or maybe unsurprisingly, it's something that's been very misunderstood by many people that have read it. And one of the things that helps or causes that confusion and misunderstanding is that it's actually not in chronological order. When you read a book, you start at the beginning and you read all the way through the book and you get to the end and you understand the story. But the Bible's not laid out like that. It's set out in sections. All the prophets are together, all the poetry is together, the history is together, and it's quite confusing as you're reading through the Bible to understand exactly which bit relates to which in a timeline if it was put together chronologically. Some people have used the acronym that the Bible stands for Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, and others have said it's a divine love letter written to the human race. But even just casual reading of that, it shows that it's much more than that, than those simple little quirky things. It's actually a written record of God's covenant journey with man. There's 66 books in the Bible, and it's authored by 40 different people, and it was written over roughly a 1500-year period. And one key to understanding and unlocking the meanings is to actually study it in some of the languages and periods and customs of the time. It was written in the period of the ancient near Middle East, and we need to look at it in historical contextual hermeneutic. Now that's quite a mouthful, but what that really is saying when you boil that down is we need to have a look at it in the context of the group of people that it was written to. What did the original writer mean when he was writing these words to the people that in his day, in his generation, that would be reading what he wrote? And we cannot take out of context a text and say it means something completely different and say it means something that's relevant to our generation right now. One key thing that we need to realize is that not all of the Old Testament is Old Covenant, the Old Covenant being the Mosaic Covenant, and neither is all the New Testament New Covenant. So I'll just leave that thought with you as we just finish this first session. So this is the first one, just looking at covenant and God's covenant journey with man. And that's what the Bible is showing us. It's a written record of God's covenant journey with man.